my question is basically, I'm sure you're aware of what's going on in Africa now.
Yeah.
Especially Niger and France, things going on. So my question to you is like, we as African, we try to improve the continent from what it is now. But at the same time, we have some of our leaders stand against our people. Now, countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Ivory Coast, is standing with France, to invade Niger.
Go on.
So, what is it need to be done that we as black people need to come up together to understand each other better?
I'll be honest with you, my personal opinion, Africa needs a revolution, right? They need to wipe out those leaders. Even the guy that they took down in Niger, he should have been assassinated, right? Because I believe if a leader, if you've got that responsibility to govern a country with millions of people, and you're not doing it correctly, you're doing corruption and you're looking after foreign countries, and people in that country are suffering, even dying from sickness because of the way you run the country, then you need to be assassinated, right? Because you're responsible for all the deaths and all the suffering from the whole nation. So you shouldn't just be taken down and arrested, you need to be assassinated, right? Now, unfortunately, Africa has too many sellouts, right? And the nation people are not strong enough to rebel, right? A lot need changing. Nigeria, look at the Nigerian leader. I mean, if you look at what has Nigeria done for Nigerians, even the oil that Nigerians sell and then they sell it back to Nigeria, that dirty oil, is polluted and they still buy it. People are dying from respiratory diseases there, and the civilians themselves not really making enough noise. The only way forward for Africa, right, is a bloody revolution. All the diasporans in America, Caribbean, British, we need to link up. But the problem is now, Africa, the way it's set, they don't give us that right for citizenship in Africa. We have to have a visa. They said, yeah, it's a motherland, but we don't have rights there the way we should. So it's difficult. Africa has been governed by a bunch of corrupt sellout leaders. So that's why I said racism is not a black man's problem. You can eliminate racism off the earth. What difference will it make? You still got sellouts. If you are a sellout, and there's no racism, what difference does it make? We're the same black. It's not going to change now. We are sellouts, right? What France is doing is so fucked up, right? And it's even worse that the leaders in Africa is allowing it to happen. So they're worse than the French. The leaders in Africa, we're supposed to be, forget France, they're not our problem. It's our leaders. It's got to focus on them. We're our biggest sellout. That's what's bringing us down. Our leaders. It's a joke, man. Africa, I've been going, I go all the time. Rwanda. Rwanda's a bit shaped differently the way they're doing things, but Africa's in a mess.
So my second question to you is, as a diaspora, what would you do to help Africa? Or
Africa
is there any role in Africa that we play?
You know the funny thing is, because I hear this a lot, what can we do to help Africans? Africans need to help us. There's nothing we can do.
How?
Because look at Nigeria, we've got almost 200 million people.
But it's not about the people, it's like the mindset.
But you can't help a people that's not allowing you to help them, who look at you lower. Oh, you got no culture, or you're just ex-slave, whatever. Right? You have an ignorance. You can't go into Africa and tell the African, especially as a black man, who they see you don't know which tribe you're from, and you're going there to tell them how to run. Africans don't accept that. So how you gonna help people like that?
I mean, it's not all of them.
Yeah, but
I've never heard that someone says like, you come from blah blah.
They don't just say it like that. But when you get into certain conversations, it comes out, right? They won't just say that, but you have to you've got to touch their nerve, and then it comes out. It's like when they say, if you get into certain debates with white man or get into a certain conversation, then his racism come out, they say, right? You start saying things that he wouldn't say when he's happy. Africa, to me, don't need our help, right? We need Africa's help for us to help them. right?
No, they need
but the civilians are the same. It's the same thing because it's the same thing because you're there in numbers. You got to man up and take responsibility. You can't just keep staying there and say the leaders. You got to go to war. Yeah, you have to go to war. You have to go against them. They did it here in England. You said the history of Europe. They've done the same thing here. You got to go to war. It's hard. It's going to take. I'll tell you one way that can happen for change. Integration. It's going to take many years, a good 50, 60 years. We start coming over and mixing, and then the mindset will change over the years. But it can't be a thing where we just go there and talk and it changes. That's not how change comes. Change comes for integration. It's like you coming to England, integrating and mixing with different people. It changes you, isn't it? Right? Your mindset. That's the only way Africa's going to change. And it's happening. A lot of us are migrating back to Africa. There's a lot of diasporans are going there. Black Americans. So over the next 50 years, right? The mindset of the new people that are born amongst them, and they themselves will have the children there. That's how the change will come. But the change ain't gonna come with some Louie Farrakhan guy, right, coming and speaking on a mic. People don't change like that. When Christianity changed the African nation, right, it filtered through the system, people grow up, and then that's how the mindset changed. You can't just talk to a person and it changes. It doesn't work like that.
But what if, right, let's say, what if, right, somebody who is fully educated, right, get into a position where he can lead and change the whole nation?
Change still doesn't come like that because...
I mean, change, you mean like, laws, wherever.
You've got to be intelligent, right? It's not so much education. Education is just like programming someone. You've got to be intelligent. You've got to know. It's like, for instance, right? I used to box, right? Now I find when you get tired, you can't run around and do so much. So learn to defend by blocking, get good defense and counter. No one can teach you that, but that's intelligence within. It's common sense. If you're going to move around, you're going to get more tired. You learn that from yourself, right? When you get older, you can't run around like a youth. So you preserve your energy. That's just intelligence. You need someone who's intelligent, right? Who know how to manipulate the people to go a good direction. You can't trust him, man. But one of the things, like I said, I want to say is that, a lot of us focus on blame racism. Nothing to do with racism. Racism
is the part of it.
No, it's got nothing. Right?
We know the racism comes in many forms, right?
You know why it's affecting us?
Education system, from from housing, whatever.
Yeah, but that's not our problem. That's not, all right. How come the Jewish people in Stamford Hill? How come racism doesn't affect them? Because they're self-sufficient. They don't rely on you and me, right? But when you rely on someone who don't like you, that's where racism becomes a problem. But the real problem isn't racism. The real problem is you not neutralizing what you got. You're not united amongst your people, and you don't have your own businesses. That's our problem. That's what our problem is. Yeah. Yeah, that's what our problem is. So if we were to start having our own businesses in the motherland, we're trading, we got our own shit, we don't care if someone over there don't like us. We don't need you. You need us. We got all the raw material. We got everything. What about you for? You don't like because I'm black. Well, so what? That's not my problem. But it's my problem if I rely on you. If I need to get a house by you, if I need to get a job by you, if I need to buy from you, then it's a problem. You see?
This is what we got here now.
But we don't want to look within ourselves.
So let's jump into here in the UK.
Yeah.
Especially here in London. Right? Here in London, black kids, right? Every single day, you see the police stop the black kids, arrest them. No one got like what you're getting. You understand? It's just getting worse.
Well, for me personally,
what is it that we need to do?
There's nothing you can do
to keep our youth like out of the street.
It starts from. That's my opinion. It starts from the motherland, right? Black people have neglected everything they have, and we rely on the white man. There's no our generations before us, if you go back 60, 70, 80 years back, no black man has laid up any good foundation for the next generation to pick up on and improve. There's nothing, right? So you're gonna have a breed of people who ain't got nothing. So that's why the young black youths, right? They ain't got nothing to do. They got nothing. Sainsbury's is no black company big like Sainsbury's owned by a black man. No black company like Tesco. Nothing. You look at Hatton Gardens where they sell all the gold, right? And not the gold, the diamonds and stuff. Most of the diamonds come from Africa. How many black African men have all the shops down Hatton Gardens? None. They're not employing. There's no big organizations that's owned by black people, in industries owned by black people, that a black man can grow up with the motivation that he can become something. It's nothing. When he goes back home now to Africa, it's chaos. Right? So what are you gonna get? You're gonna get youths just thinking, fuck this, working like a dog for. But the white man's different. His people own shit. White man can go, you know what, I want to get a job in Australia. They can't develop Australia. Yeah. Even when the white man go to Africa, he went to South Africa, they can't develop the place. Everywhere they go, they make it madness. We got everything, bro. Chad is just near Nigeria, isn't it? Right? Yeah, on the border. Look, come on. Every African country has got dirt roads, open gutters, market chaos, no order. When you're crossing the road, cars don't stop for you. You know that, innit? When you're back home, it doesn't stop. What's wrong with us?
So, in conclusion, so what should we do that will bring us together?
The only thing we have to do, we need to get back, right? It's going to be hard, man.
It's not going to be hard. It's going
to be hard.
How?
But look, no, it's not happening now. Within the last...
Let's say in 50 years' time.
All right. When you buy... If you go to buy land, right? Now, in the last 25 years, what has the government, and this is a minor thing, what has the government done to make change in that? Nothing. Same in Ghana. You must see fancy buildings going up, but when it comes to that, nothing. Right? It's a problem. So if somebody wants to go back home and say, I'm going to buy a plot of land, you might find someone else, they sold the land to 10 different people. It's like all over Africa. Right? So how come they can't fix that? They haven't fixed it in the last 20 years, 5, 6, they ain't done nothing. So what I'm saying, this change for people to become but the basic things, they're not doing it. They're not. It's hard, but it's crazy. It's going to come in time.
For how long?
Integration.
Like that?
Bro, the only way I see integration is the key. Right, you're going to get diasporans going back home. People getting into businesses in Africa, because here ain't for us, it's not happening. It's not happening here, right? Africa is where it's supposed to be happening. And they're gonna you can get a new generation in businesses doing things. Their children will inherit that business and become something. It's happening already. All those who are going to Gambia, Ghana, Rwanda, I know a few people, and they're starting businesses, whether it's farming, whether it's shops, whether it's real estate. Their children would continue with the business and they would expand. And before you know it, they'll have big system organizations that they get educated and they'll move up the ladder. But here, how much of us got businesses here? It's hard.
London here,
yeah,
like it's really hard. I don't like.
It's
I
hard.
Personally didn't see any black business.
And one of the reasons is it's deep, man.
It's very rare.
Yeah, motherland, man. You're supposed to be running. The money you're earning here, you should be starting something back home. You're not, though, are you?
Yes.
Once you get past that, you know. But listen, it's good chatting, though, man.
Nice talking to you, brother. Yeah.